I'm Simon Calder. This is Back to the City. Today I'm very happy to be joined by Al Church. Welcome, Al.
Thanks for having me.
This is, I think, about the fourth interview that we've had, but
Yeah.
the third focused on a specific solo record of yours. And
Sure.
I say solo, but there are other musicians that you're performing with, some of whom have played with you throughout, I think, all this string of 4 Al Church
Yeah.
records now.
Yeah, for sure.
So this one is called Party Sounds from Another Room. And some things that immediately strike me about it is the use of parentheses
Yeah.
in the title of the record, Party Sounds, parentheses, from Another Room. And then every single track on the record has something in parentheses.
Yes.
One of them has the rounded brackets and then square brackets.
Yeah.
That one is called
There's a square
Cry,
room. Yeah.
Dance.
Yeah.
A lyric in that particular song encapsulates something of the duality, which is the word you've used to describe the record I've seen elsewhere. Do you want to dance? Do you want to cry? There was a reference on the one sheet to the sensation attending parties post-pandemic.
Yeah.
You were saying that there's a stronger duality somehow.
Yeah.
Where there could be some kind of raging basement thing.
Yeah.
And then a really intense conversation happening in the next room, perhaps as people are beginning to reconnect.
Yeah.
And after long periods of isolation.
Totally.
So could we use that lyric, do you want to dance, do you want to cry?
Absolutely.
To kind of break into
Yes.
what Party Sounds from Another Room is all about?
Yeah, that's that song. You just nailed it right on the head. And the song was the first one I remember. Kind of just thinking about this like sound of being in being at a party and like seeing this, being in like a warehouse or something. And
Like a rave.
there's just like a rager happening, and then you go into this other room, you shut the door, and you can, and somebody's going through some serious, wants to talk about something serious or like is going through some stuff. So parties are just different now, and there's an intensity, I think, with socializing is different now, and how we socialize is really important, especially when we're getting back out and we're going to things and we're experiencing these things. To me, it was interesting how much more people want to talk at shows.
At shows in
At
particular.
shows, yeah, and just like, where, I mean, there's so many times I'll be at like the Ice House or First Avenue, Parkway, or wherever, and it's just like it's almost unspoken at some point, but there's just like people need this therapy, and more than just the music. It's like people
The
need
music is a part of it.
Yeah,
but the human
but-
connection,
Yeah,
perhaps
there's
facilitated by
more-
the music. The music provides something to talk about.
Yeah,
and we
exactly.
So speaking of being at shows, you were going to be at a great number of shows.
Great
in the
number of
next few
shows.
days.
Yes.
So tomorrow, being Friday,
Yes.
is one of them. That's
Yes.
We're
We're playing-
a second record release. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we're doing the Duluth Superior Twin Ports shebang.
So if you're in Duluth or near Duluth,
Yes.
then tomorrow, Friday, last Friday of March.
Yep.
You're performing in Duluth.
31st. Yeah, so March 31st, we're playing at the Cedar Lounge. We're going to do the record in its entirety. We are, and then we'll probably play a bunch of fun covers,
Oh, very nice.
because that's also really fun to do. And so
You're good at covers. Like I was
yeah,
saying
we
with
love
Let's
covers,
Dance,
and
back in 2015.
so people, sometimes again, you need the like, it's not all like one package. Like you can be like, I'm gonna sing from my heart and these songs I poured my heart and soul into, and then we're gonna play David Bowie.
Right.
Turns out both are great.
Yeah, exactly. You're going
Right.
to have a bunch of songs which are conceptually grappling with
Yes.
the idea of a party.
Yep.
And then also, there's going to be a party.
There's going to be a party.
Where there's verses
songs,
and choruses.
yeah,
and
songs
can
that you
sing
know,
along.
like
the
you know,
vocal comes in
it's
when
like
you're
that
expected
Spotify
to.
playlist, you know, that
Yeah.
you're like, okay, but I gotta have a banger here, and you know, it's like, you know, and that's how we listen to music and stuff now, and so I think I don't get hung up on cover. Like I love playing other people's music. Like I think being, and no artist, songwriter that is good will tell you otherwise. I think it's playing cover, like
Apart from the ones whose songs are better than everybody else's.
right, yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly.
That person.
Yeah, right. You know, and you know, I just love playing covers. Like it's a thing that I never thought I would love.
And it's
when
a gift, especially in the context where people need music and they need to come together, they need to dance.
Yeah,
like
right.
the cover is a gift.
A cover is a gift, and I kind of came up in the punk rock world where it was like, no, like you always play your own music, and
Yeah,
you know,
authentic.
it's like you play your own stuff, and it's like you're, you know, it's you would never cover another song, you know, like that would be, you know, whatever. But I love it. I love like being like covering stuff or doing. I'm actually doing a Violent Femmes tribute
Ooh, when's
at
that?
the Parkway, April 23rd. Because it's the first Violent Femmes album is turning 40. The very first one. Are you familiar with the?
Yes.
Yeah. One of the, and that's probably one of my favorite records, front to back, like ever. And
You've played lots. You referring to that at the Parkway is reminding me of the various times that you've taken whole Radiohead.
yes,
And
Yes.
which in turn is reminding me that there was a kind of it struck me as a kind of Weird Fishes vibe to specifically You Don't Have to Carry It, or
cool.
and a few other moments too. Like sometimes I feel like the guitar was reminiscent or doing something similar to
interesting.
Weird Fishes.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I love that song. Yeah, maybe the polyrhythm. You know, to me, I was thinking a little bit more of like I guess, yeah, like I don't know. What was I thinking? I was thinking more like Tom Petty during that song. But I can say, yeah, because it's kind of reverbed out guitar.
Yeah.
Like the ding 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 kind
That's
of yeah. I can definitely I think that's actually Evan's favorite song on the album. Evan was like track
Evan
6.
Fox, bassist.
Evan Fox, yeah, he was like, that's my favorite song on the album. I was like, cool. It started out as a country song.
Can you talk about the transformation of it from the country?
Yeah, so
song
that
to-
started. It just started as acoustic guitar, and it was just like cowboy chords, you know, like D A.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like not like it just, I guess, like not like a country song as in like it just had it was just basically like acoustic guitar, and I was sitting in my gazebo, and I was just like writing and just whatever on an acoustic guitar, and kind of like, you know, so it just kind of it transformed for sure. Like I was like, it needs a faster beat, and that's where I guess, and that beat is kind of like, you know, more faster, like up tempo, faster.
Yeah,
with like something slow halftime behind it. I think that's probably where the Weird Fishes thing kind of comes in, because
The
it's
slow halftime.
yeah, because it's like there's a fast beat on like something that's very different rhythmically. It's not
Yes.
following that fast beat. So
And then there are these random fills.
yeah,
The drum fills.
Yep.
It is a really interesting track.
Yeah.
And then the lyrics there are about it comforting you when you were sad, it comforting you when you've given all you had. So there's this sense of depletion, people really needing to have this opportunity to be in the same place. Maybe that it could be the social connection, the being together. Maybe that it could be the music.
Yeah. Right.
There's this yearning for connection.
The it, yeah.
Again, whatever the it is.
Yeah. It's a clown with balloons.
That's too obvious.
I mean, right?
Already got that.
Actually, when we did the album cover with the balloons, I was like, I want red balloons, and Brooke was like, that's way too much like it, like the actual
That's
it.
scary.
Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, so we went with the pink. We went with the pink balloons. And I was thinking like 99 Red Balloons too. It's such a great song,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know. But yeah, the balloons were. So that's also the it in the with the balloon imagery.
So shows we've got tomorrow and
Yeah.
in Duluth.
Tomorrow in Duluth, and
Yeah,
then
Saturday.
Saturday I'm playing a couple songs with my friend Haley, and I think there's other
Haley
peop-
Bonner.
Yep, yep, Haley McCollum. She was. We did a cover of a song. Probably, I don't know, 3 years ago. We did One Headlight by the Wallflowers, and we were just recorded it for fun during the pandemic.
Okay.
And we never released it or anything, but we just kind of messed around with it and just for fun. And so we're gonna play that.
That's at the Hook and Ladder.
That's
is
at
that
the
right?
Hook and Ladder.
Yeah. So Haley's playing, and you're one of a number of guests. Is that correct?
Yep. So it's Haley's show, and so I think it's going to be just a all out, extravaganza. There's like a bunch of Lamar, like Joffrey's going to play some songs, and it's going to be
Very intriguing.
So that should be cool.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah. It's kind of like Haley with some friends, and
At the Hook and Ladder on Saturday.
this on Saturday,
And then
Sunday we're playing Impulse. So we're playing.
You don't have a day off. You never have a day off.
I know. It's like I know. Like Impulse Juice, which is my friend Brian's juice bar.
Where is that?
It's in Minneapolis,
Okay.
and that's Sunday from 2 to 3. It's their birthday, and my dear friend Brian, who we've played in projects and bands for probably 15 some odd years. He opened a juice bar, and he's really awesome. Like it's really, really good. So they're having a birthday party, and so we're gonna just play and set up and play a bunch of songs, and
So you'll be playing with the full band at the juice bar 2 till 3.
2 to 3
2 to
p.m.
3. And the name of the juice bar is
Impulse
Impulse
Juice.
in Minneapolis. Cool. And then you have a project with Alan Sporhawk.
Yep.
And you'll be playing. What's the name of that? And where will you be performing?
Yeah, Derecho. So that's the band's called Derecho, and that show is Thursday.
Today?
Yes, tonight.
Tonight.
Tonight. Yeah, tonight.
So your string of shows begins
Yes,
tonight.
and then we have some shows coming up. But that's tonight, and then
And that's you and Alan Sporhawk from Low, and
Yep.
you play drums and vocals in
Yep.
that project.
Yep. Yeah, and so that's, and then we got,
Also
we got-
Duluth, like tomorrow. So you're playing in Duluth
Yep.
twice.
Exactly.
Tonight and tomorrow.
Tonight and tomorrow. I'm doing like a
Tomorrow's-
Duluth Superior Twin Ports residency. So that should be fun. And then I know Derecho's got some stuff coming up.
Ice House.
Ice House.
At
and-
Ice House. We should watch the Ice House calendar.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll have some stuff coming up. Like I know we're playing the turf also. So I know like April and May we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff. So
Cool.
yeah, we're recording too. So yeah, all the projects, all the things. It's so fun.
Is
I
that
love it.
another Al Church record or something else?
We're doing some Derecho stuff.
Oh, excellent.
Yep. And we recorded we had Tom Herbers over to my studio, and we were doing some songs, and then we're gonna do some songs in Duluth. We're gonna record up there this weekend.
Keeping at it.
Yeah, keep yeah. Keep, I just love recording. So it's such a fun thing to do.
A lot of records that I've really loved, you've recorded and
Yeah.
produced, like the BB Gun
Yes.
one, but and Andy Cook.
Yeah.
We already referenced Galen Lee as well, but multiple records with Galen.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So it sounds like there'll be lots of scope for you to return here to talk about lots of other things.
Absolutely.
Before
Yeah.
too long.
Yeah. I want to produce more and record more. It's something I've always loved doing.
Mm-hmm.
But during the pandemic, I really dug into mixing and mastering and just like being a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Because
Very cool.
DIY, it's the
DIY.
best. It's the best way to do it.
There you go. Even though you play some covers,
That's right.
you're still very punky.
Yes, always. And that song, the track 5,
Yeah.
was the impetus. That was when I was mixing it, because I was like playing around with like just different drum sounds, because
Drums are crucial in that.
drums are
And
crucial.
throughout the record. but
Throughout the
particularly
record,
on
yeah,
that song.
drums.
It sounds kind of Peter Gabriel like almost.
Yes.
Coming in the air tonight.
Oh yeah, yep.
But it's interesting for me, the juxtaposition of that kind of epic drum sound that's reminiscent
sure.
of that.
Yeah.
With sonically, otherwise the song is doing something
Yeah.
quite different.
Right, right.
John Hunt said that 2015's
Next summer.
Yeah,
Yep.
2015's Next Summer. He referred to it in his review as a pastiche, pop 70s, 80s pastiche with components of yacht rock, 80s electro, and hints of Peter Gabriel.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So,
Mostly just the song Sledgehammer. No, I'm kidding.
so going back to this song that started everything.
Oh yeah.
A consistent feature sonically of the record. There's lots of refrains. And there was a comment that you made on the Bandcamp for just the first track, Beautiful, Beautiful Promises. I wrote this on a voice memo, first take, and used that as the bass for the whole song.
Yep.
So there's that one guitar piece, yeah?
Yep.
And then
It actually wasn't even
everything else-
guitar. It was just vocal. It was just. I just was like, boom, 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 and I just had this song, and it's in a weird time.
Yes.
It's just like, but basically, it was the same. I used the voice memo, and it's something I've been trying to do more freeform writing, and just writing. Is what we're kind of with how the songs kind of lyrically come together. I try not to worry, or I try not to like focus too much on like editing as much as just like it's more like I'm just throwing stuff out right now. And so that was part of that experiment, kind of like just let it kind of happen.
It's a very interesting stylistic feature. The songs don't have conventional like verse, chorus.
Yeah, but
then there are bits that kind of seem like a hook suddenly kind of it becomes chorus-like.
Yeah, chorus-like. Exactly. It's definitely not. There's no refrain. There's no chorus. There's really not a verse. I was explaining it to when I showed it to the band for the first time. They're kind of like it's a tricky song to play live. That was one of the ones I kind of. A lot of the other songs were the band was playing on, so like we recorded together as a band, and like the drums on track 5 is Mikey Gunvalson rocking his. I know like it does kind of have like a Phil Collins
Epicness.
Which definitely I was aware of, and I don't shy away from those things too. It's like when something feels right to do, and there's tons of little songwriting effects that you can use, and you know, it's just like a director being like, oh, that's a cool shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
You saying cool shot reminded me. I saw you. I think that next summer. I think the next summer record release was at the Triple Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And is that right? I remember seeing you perform around that time at the Triple Rock.
Yeah.
And you did a cover, I think, of "Let's Dance" or some Bowie song.
Oh yeah.
And I took a picture.
Yeah.
And you were being very epic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's this similar epicness, and there's a poppiness. Galen Lee said, because Galen Lee, who you've produced and who you perform with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Has said that your records sound so fun and poppy and completely different from what you do with Galen.
Yeah.
So there is a poppiness still, but a lot of the conventional like A B C structure, or even like having a verse and a chorus at all, is out of the window. So it's the reason why I brought up the pastiche idea in the first place is because that leads to us having like suddenly just a moment in a song that is reminiscent of a certain style of music.
Yeah.
We have in the song, the final track on the record, All at My Fingertips, Spider Dungeon. There's like this kind of rock riff.
Yeah.
And it's like almost like the 12-bar blues or something.
Yeah.
But so that is a conventional feature, but then it's juxtaposed, interesting duality with the freeform stuff again.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have any reflections on how things like, perhaps in relation to this idea of pastiche, things like the 12-bar blues suddenly get pulled and thrown into this weird new context?
Yeah, I think that's as a songwriter, you want to inspire something new, and like, you know, even going back to songs written in, like, you know, you look at every decade and you know, he's like, you know, everything was done, everything's been done, you know. Tears for Fears, like you know, someone going to John Oates' house and be like, John, every song has been done before. So, you know, it's like, it's a challenge as a songwriter to be like, how do I write a song without a chorus? But how do I still make it pop? You know, how can, and there's still some formula to it. Like, even if you write a song with a verse and a chorus and you're committing to that formula. You know, you're committing to the Nirvana, like Radiohead, you know, all that, like, just like pop structure. But if you also just tear apart that structure, and like, maybe there's something that, to me, I don't like. There's definitely songs on the album that have structure. I mean, it all has structure, but sometimes the structure doesn't have to be this, like, it doesn't have to be the traditional basement with a living room and then a bathroom, the two bedroom, and then, like, you know, and then you have the primary suite.
What do you have in your metaphorical house? that is party.
It's just a basement.
A spider dungeon.
Spider dungeon. Yeah. It's you know, and that's where all the magic happens, in the basement. You know, but that's where all the secrets are kept. You know, all the secrets are kept in the basement. But and then the living room is where you know, we got the furniture and the perfect spot, and we have the you know, the perfect little plant in the corner. We got some great, cool art on the walls, and then, you know, we got a nice rug. You know, it's how you present, like, you have guests over to your house, and you're like, okay, well, yeah, this, you know, come sit down on the couch and have a cup of tea.
Yes.
Or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, it's very accommodating.
Yeah.
And it's the surface.
And it's familiar. It's familiar, and I like that.
Comforting.
But there's more to say for me is like, if I'm, like, with Beautiful Promises, like, that song is just, like you said, there's no chorus, there's no, I mean, it's mostly like, it's just one idea, but it's almost kind of still to me is poppy. right?
It is
like
still- it is pop-
I
it is
still,
poppy.
yeah, like, and so it's weird because I remember listening to it and I'm like, oh, this is really good, right? This is like, I'm feeling this groove, and I'm like, and it doesn't. Every time I hear it, I like it more, and there's things that I like about it more. So, I don't know. It's just, but I don't know. With choruses and verses, it's like I try not to get hung up on like, all right, this is an 8-bar verse with a 16-bar chorus, and then we're going out. Let's do a 4-bar verse, and then so.
In the song Into the Willows, it struck me that. So I was trying to think about what's kind of gluing the song
Yeah.
together. Where does the structure
Yeah.
lie? And following the lyric, they wanted to feel the breeze in the air. It struck me that sometimes when certain vocals are delivered, like in the air,
Yeah.
that's like a pivot point.
Yeah.
And the drums suddenly are doing something different.
Yeah.
And then it struck me that in the air is the name of, what into the air at least.
Yep, yep.
Is the name of one of the other tracks, and then I was recognizing there's lots of references, not just to willows, but to windows, looking
Yep.
out the window.
Yeah.
The storm.
Kind of being stationary, because some of my music before has been very like we've talked about it before, like driving and
Yeah.
moving and like traveling and
That was
next
summer.
But next summer, or even like night games, like
Yeah.
playing night games or like capture the flag, like I don't know, like for me, like I'm like, let's move, let's go, let's go. No, but like, but that's just not the reality of the last couple of years. Like we've been very, stationary. Our relationships are different with people. Like our friendships, our relationships are different. Like it's more, we're kind of more in like solitary. There's a lot of solitary. We're kind of hunkering down more.
It sounds fragmented too,
Yeah.
and I feel like there's a kind of commentary on social fragmentation.
Yeah.
In the fragmented
Yeah.
sonic features.
Yeah. Just we approach like every social gathering or every conversation you have with a friend, it's like it's different now. There's just different conversations that you're having, and which is, I mean, it's just there's like a little bit more like one-on-one, which is good, and like it's like helping people through like their just people are mental health and things like that. Like it's just it's becoming more of a like on the surface, which is good. Like we're talking about mental health, and friends I think are helping other friends through that. So anyway, I don't know.
Use the image discussed in the record before. You use effectively the image of, say, people having an intimate conversation, and then suddenly like the door to this spider dungeon or the basement where the dancing is happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Opens.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to continue having this intimate conversation over this blasting noise.
Right.
But there's this awareness that people just on the other side of that door, you said, are kind of dancing away, having the time of their lives.
Yeah.
Could you perhaps referencing this recurring feature of the parentheses in each title?
Yeah.
Could you expand a bit more on the significance of the parentheses in the title, From Another Room?
Yeah. Yeah.
We can overhear this thing, From Another Room.
Yeah, for sure.